committee, OSPAC, says, if you've been following the news, that the 29 men that were caught and paraded for taking illicit drugs are still in their custody. Remember that those men were paraded, were shamed and named. It was a strategy that OSPAC had said it was going to employ to see whether it would deter youths from engaging in such illicit acts. Well, so far so good. How productive that has been is a question that many have asked. Some have questioned the method. Some have said, well, kudos to them. They're doing a fantastic job. Well, this morning we are going to find out more. We're going to speak with the OSPAC Chief Intelligence Officer, Chinedu Amadike, who'll be joining us via telephone. But before we get on to him, let's refresh our minds. OSPAC came about the insecurity in Onelga and the role that they have played. In other parts of the state, it began to spread with other local governments creating their own vigilante groups put together by OSPAC from Onelga. A correction that needs to be made is the fact that we now call every vigilante group in other local governments OSPAC. OSPAC was called OSPAC because it stands for Onelga. The older is for Onelga. So the ones that were created in Emoha at the time would be the E. It would be not be OSPAC but SPAC. I hope you get the point. So depending on the local government, the letter would change. But then, because of how we do things, everybody has been labeled OSPAC. So let's go with that for the purposes of this conversation. I guess I have to make the clarification first. We'll come to see that the security outfit has been dissolved or disbanded in some local governments. Emoha being one of them, amongst many others, where their activities have been put on hold. But in Onelga, they still very much function. And some people said that they've been doing a fantastic job. How fantastic their job is, we will find out. With regards to how they handle the criminals that they apprehend and how they have handled the most recent 29 young men that were paraded, some people have found it very displeasing. One of them is a human rights lawyer who has criticized it and described their actions as unlawful. So yes, Henry Kine had his position on it and saying that, well, some of their methods will be quite unlawful. In fact, not quite. He says are unlawful and something that contravenes the Torture Act. Well, other people choose to disagree. For some Nigerians, if you had listened to the Morning Crossfire when we started in the morning with the newspaper review, you had some people who said, well, some of these laws we have in place could also be responsible for why people, have their way with crimes that they commit. Well, we're going to have a conversation with the intelligence officer of OSPAC, Chinedu Amadike, who is with us now via telephone. But before we get on to him, remember that you too can be a part of the conversation. I'm sure you would have questions you want to ask. Prepare your questions. Join us live on Facebook and on Twitter. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.ph. On Twitter, it is Nigeria Info PH. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. Let us know what your thoughts are. Simple question we're asking you on Facebook. Are you in support of the methods applied by OSPAC in tackling crime and drug abuse, even though some of those methods may be contrary to the provisions of the law? Share your thoughts with us on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and on Twitter. Let's go over now to my guest, who is with us via phone. Hello, Mr. Amadike. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, my radio presenter.
You're welcome. So Ifeami Andrew is his name. So let me just get that out of the way. So quickly, Mr. Amadike, let's start with the most recent happening, which involved the 29 young men that you apprehended who were involved in taking illicit drugs. How did you come about capturing them, or how did you apprehend them? How did you come about that information, and how's the fight going so far?
Okay, before this time, our chairman and the PRO, they need the good, they have gone out to check what is happening in town. And they bring in, we catch some boys that are not doing anything, bring them to our custody, bring them to what to do, give them work, register some of them, register them in school, register some of them in where they are learning skills. And we check them every day. We send them to work, give them, find them money. If they also don't have money, the little we get from ourselves, we share with them, to show them they're useful. So some of them that are working, learning work, they find that when they go out, most of their friends, they find that most of their friends are still taking this job, and it's causing hard work in their body. It makes them commit so many crimes that they're not supposed to commit. So we decide to come up with this plan to see how to help the society.
So,
because we cannot say it's not your child and you give them language. If we give them, it keeps our people. The story will still be, these people are like this, people are like this. So to make sure we go on the same page, we decide to help some of those people. Maybe they are not afraid of their family, they are not afraid of their parents. But if we call them with that grace of OSPAC, the fear of that name will make them change. So that is that.
So the 29 people, did you go about, or people reported them to OSPAC and then you went and apprehended them?
Yes. Now we got them, asked them some questions. Some of them has gone to work, some of them has gone back to school, but we checkmate them. Some of them has gone back to work.
Mr. Amadike, I think let me repeat the question so you understand me properly. The 29 people that are still in your custody that you apprehended who were taking illicit drugs, how did you catch them? Did somebody report them to you? Did somebody come and say, oh, that boy, this boy, that person is doing this? Was it some kind of intelligence report you got? Or did you go from house to house, street to street, looking for people who were engaged in illicit drugs?
Yes, we went out there. Well, you know, this is a security business. There are some people who cannot tell you. People will not know how we got our own information.
Okay.
Security is secret.
So how do you respond? How do you respond to some Rivers people who are not very comfortable with the methods you applied in tackling this problem? I mean, just recently in the news, we had the human rights lawyer who also was saying, well, OSPAC has no powers or rights to do some of the things that they're doing with regards to parading, detaining. You even said that you had to shame some of them. What rights? Are you aware of the rights that OSPAC has to operate in that manner?
The thing is this, we don't have say. OSPAC don't have say. We don't keep people in cell. So those people who got, we caution them, talk to them. They are our brothers, we discuss with them like brothers. We are trying to correct people. We are not trying to offend anybody. I want them to be good. You want them to be good. The human rights I want them to be good. Everybody wants them to be good. So all we are doing is how to make the society be okay for everybody.
Well, are you not concerned? Are you not concerned that people are saying, well, OSPAC isn't functioning within the laws that guide the land, the constitution of the country, and the powers that they have? For instance, clarify for us, these people, did you take them around communities naked?
No. We can't take them. I can't hit naked. It's not good though. We don't take them naked. We just bring them. I want people to know themselves. In case if they come to a place, maybe the person that is selling the drug will not give them again. They are not. How can they be naked? They are not naked. Dressed up with their clothes. We'll make a song. We'll just slow down. All of us work together. We have no more eyes. No more taking eyes. No more taking eyes. No more taking eyes. We say no to eyes. That is all. No to eyes.
And they were not beaten. They were not beaten as well.
No. No. If you want to caution somebody, you want to help somebody, why beat it? You can't beat them. You will talk with the one you tell him. The beating cannot tell you something. The one you tell him with your mouth will make him hear. That thing that hears something is inside the ear. There is a way you can talk to a human being. He will hear you.
Mm. And then also clarify for us. You said that before they are undergoing rehabilitation. So what sort of experts do you have working with you that is helping to rehabilitate them? And what kind of oath are you going to get them to swear to before they are allowed to return to their families?
Yeah, as you come in there, we OSPAC, there are things to believe on. There are things everybody believe on. When you come, what you swear is this. You come on your own. We tell you, open your heart and say on your own that from today, you say from today, you are not taking eyes. You are not taking eyes. Anytime we found you taking eyes, we should hold you back and bring you back to our OSPAC office. So shall it be. You're taking oath.
And then the rehabilitation, who is organizing the rehabilitation? Do you have professionals working?
The rehabilitation is this. Why I call it rehabilitation? When you bring people that are taking drugs, like somebody like we have been to drug law in our salary. Why I call it rehabilitation? Since they have come out, they have said they don't want to no to eyes. We are rehabilitating them. So only what we will do now is this. We'll send in our people. They want to know the person we are going to send. Checkmate this man. Checkmate what he's eating. If he's still taking this drug. So he's under rehabilitation.
But then you also understand that there is the professional part of rehabilitating a person, requires doctors, psychological evaluation, and all of those scientific part of it.
Anyone that is worst, listen, let's hold on. Anyone that is worst in a psychiatric clinic, in Rubibo, me, myself, I'm not talking of another person. I've sent people there to take medicine. Pay for them, give them medicine. They should stop.
Nigeria evil.
Go on.
So that they will know that you want to help them. If any of them will talk to you and you don't hear, and you are getting worse, maybe if the family come, we know the people at the clinic who can accompany you. Maybe the person is violent, he does not want to go with you. We can accompany you, help you to psychiatric clinic where they will give you medicine. But first of all, this one is smart rehabilitation. Talk to you, brother, this thing that you are doing, it will not help your life. It will destroy your life. It will make you behave the way other people are not behaving. You won't see yourself now, but you will get it wrong at the end of the day. So please, leave this thing.
Why aren't they being sent to the NDLEA? Because if I'm correct, tell me. You made mention of some of them still take the substance even while with the NDLEA. Is that something you said?
Yes. You know what?
Because many are expecting that you when you apprehend people like this, you send them to the NDLEA or to the police, so that from there the government will do what it needs to do. So why haven't you done that, or why aren't you taking that route?
We are sending them, but in other way, we have me. I'm like myself. I'm talking of myself. I have my reason.
What's the reason?
The reason is this: most of these boys, what they will tell you, higher Sicarios go drug law. Do you understand? Higher Sicarios go drug law. But they are spoiling, they are destroying themselves. The drug law people they have tried their own best. Police have tried their own best to make sure they get these people well.
All right. When we come back after this commercial, we're going to continue on this train. You just tell us more about what you think about how the police and the NDLA handles such a form of crime when you hand over suspects to them. Just stay on the line for us. You two can be a part of the conversation. Use the social media handles or send in your questions to us on WhatsApp. We'll go for a short commercial now.
Congratulations.
Intelligence Officer Chinedu Amadike speaking with us via phone. Mr. Amadike, thank you for staying with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, so quickly, if you're listening to us, we'll be opening the phone line shortly, so we have listeners ask questions. But remember that you can send in those questions using the WhatsApp number as well, 0809 0306416, and you can also join us on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH and Nigeria Info PH on Twitter. All right, quickly. So you were talking about these people. Let me ask: the 29 young men are still in your custody?
No, they have. I just tell you something before now. I say after then, we tell them what they can do. The one that want to learn how to work. Like as I'm talking to you, OSPAC has about 30-something people that they're still training, feeding. That they're feeding, training, paying for their work, giving them transport to go to work, monitor them. This one, another liability, another issue added up.
Is it possible for us to perhaps have details of these people so we can see the work that you have done with them and how well they are integrating to society?
That will be for another day now. It's possible. It's for another day. I will get you the information that you are looking for.
All these people, are they all in Onelga?
Yes. They are Rivers people, Nigerian people.
Okay. So, another thing is, some people have really questioned is whether or not the rights that OSPAC have while carrying its duties and how it does carry out its duties. Because when this report came, some people, there were mixed reactions to it, I must say. Some people felt like, well, it's one of the ways to tackle this problem. Some other people felt, going by the law, OSPAC has no powers to hold anybody down. And you've said you don't have a cell. So at the time you caught these young men, where were they kept?
Well, people stay in office now. That place is an office. If we arrest anybody, even if we arrest bad person, we'll send them back to police.
But OSPAC doesn't have the powers to arrest, or do you?
No. We don't. Maybe somebody now, they call us that something is happening here. We come. What happened? We catch the wrong person. Fireman come and they go police. But police, so because they keep here, we don't get them on a carry. They will carry.
So you're saying now that OSPAC does not detain anybody, does not hold anybody, does not keep anybody in his office or any cell anywhere?
No. As I said before, I said OSPAC, when we arrest, we'll send it back to police.
How long does this take before a person is sent to the police?
That same day.
Okay.
Like these boys that will go smoking eyes. That same day, after talking with them, think with them, pray with them, we'll release them. But we'll send a secret agent that will monitor each person. So we'll release you to go.
OSPAC has also complained about how it feels that most of the people that you apprehend and hand over to the police or the NDLEA are not properly, the next time you see them on the streets. I mean, with the NDLEA and this drug issue, there was a recording I heard of you saying that well, it's possible that these people, even when they go to NDLEA, they still smoke this particular substance. They still partake. So
let me tell you.
Explain that to us, please.
Yeah. When they arrest them, and go to NDLEA, you are a Nigerian. All of us are Nigerian. I know all of us know what I'm saying. I don't like talking much because I am this type that Somali react to anger. Because there are some questions you ask me, I will get angry. These people, all of us know how this country is running. These boys are not afraid of locking me. That's why we don't even have sex. They're not afraid. They believe in if you catch us after you go send us the NDLEA. NDLEA give us 6 months. They will work on the results. They continue what they're doing. So if you send them, they will know that our hands up the time don't touch us today. Higher 6 months, 5 months. Forget long they go release us. We go press 7 go smoke. As soon as they come, that's the way they come and they go start the smoking. Do you understand?
So
that is the thing.
Let's open the phone lines. Let's get our listeners to contribute and ask a few questions before we go on with the conversation. The number to call is 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003. You can also call us on 0817-923-0009. Please be direct, straight to the point with your contribution or your question so we can attend to as many calls as possible. Also remember that you can drop your comments on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can also send in your thoughts and opinions to us on WhatsApp at Nigeria at 0809 030 6416. Let's go to Erema now. Susie's in Erema. Susie, please quickly with your question or contribution so we can get a response from Mr. Amadike. Go ahead.
Mine is actually a contribution.
All right, go ahead.
Because I am more older than the provisions that brought OSPAC into inception. As at that time, I think I was also an alone voice in the Omega, based on this radio station talking about what is happening over there. And I also appreciate and thumb up for the good work OSPAC has done in Omega over time. When Omega was like a no man's land, some people take advantage of us, and a lot of people died. Up till now, we are still struggling with the psychological trauma to that extent. But if not for the OSPAC, some of us cannot even live in the community. And that is the reason why I want to say that the movement and the steps taken by OSPAC within this period of time is one way to go. Our traditional method has been a way of conflict management, even in land disputes. So for anybody to say that the steps taken by OSPAC within this period, I believe for those who are talking from the angle of the state-centric law, it's also another way of going. But if we are talking about the goods in the society, has the state-centric law over these young men don't kill and kidnap and take these drugs. So for the step that OSPAC is taking now, if we go by the way forward, the re-engineering, I would suggest that we should also involve social organizations like NGOs that use scientific methods, even the NDLEA, the Ministry of Orientation and all of that, all walks of life, CDCs and every other person should be involved in what OSPAC is doing.
All right, Susie.
I also expect the legal advisor of OSPAC to answer Henry Ekene, who is also advocating that if their rights is being truncated, that they should come to court and all of that. Not even the intelligence officer. I believe the intelligence officer of OSPAC has done well in answering your question. And please, according that particular liberate, to make sure you do well with all of that. Thank you very much.
Henry Rumigbo, good morning.
Yes, my brother, good morning.
Yes,
let me greet your guest. Good morning, Chinedu. Now, my question is this. What is OSPAC really doing, in apprehending these sellers? Because I believe that if you want to tackle this problem, I think the sellers are the first people first to tackle before the smokers. That is number one question. And secondly, I really want to commend the OSPAC, what they are doing. It's not easy. It's not easy, my brother, I must tell you. These boys, after smoking, if they don't have money to eat, it becomes a terror to the life of other persons. So I really want to commend them for what they are doing. And also want to call on our security agencies, NDLEAs, and other drug enforcement agencies, rehabilitation homes, to join force with OSPAC, because just like your guest said, that these boys, once they have been arrested and taken to that place, they will come back and continue. But believe me, with OSPAC coming in, there will be fear. I think there will be a restriction somehow in their life, because they know that OSPAC knows them very well, and they know these guys too, and they know that these guys called OSPAC will not give them that room to continue in that particular aspect.
Okay, Henry.
So I call on security agency, government should come up and support the OSPAC to enable us to rehabilitate these our brothers. There are so many things to do in rehabilitating these people. Eyes is not the only thing. This Tramadol and all the rest, which young guys are taking now, before you look at their tongue, you look at their tongue shining blue.
All those things are part of this job that is frustrating the life of our young ones.
All right.
I think they have to also increase on that aspect and look for a way to rehabilitate our brothers.
Thank you very much. Litambari is in Bori. Litambari, go ahead. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, if you hear me.
Yes, morning. Go on.
Yeah. Good morning to the guests in your studio.
Good morning.
Yeah. First, I wish to commend the OSPAC chairman and his group for grabbing those boys, because that has been the foundation of criminality, kidnapping, cultism, and killing in the society. Because if the police and sometimes NADA have taken responsibility of these areas, the level of crime in our society would have reduced. Sometimes, do you know why extrajudicial killing comes to play in our society sometimes? Because sometimes if they arrest people in this manner and give to the police will, what they know is to call their parents to come and pay like 500,000, 200,000, and they release them without proper rehabilitating these young men. So to me, in this case, the human rights was complaining that it is not like things are supposed to be handled this way. Sometimes we shouldn't look at law always, because law, when we depend on law, people are not really depending on law, because several things that are supposed to follow the rule of law has been dilapidated from our hands. So, but to me, I want to ask you, you asked a question to the OSPAC chairman, why, if he beats them? That question is, I don't think that is necessary, because even if he beats them, is it not a way to caution them? If that should be a complaint, that should not be a complaint if he beats them. The man has taken a right step. They should allow him. Sometimes everything should not be through court and law and all that. He should treat them the way he feels he can handle them, so that the boys can be able to correct themselves. That is what we are after.
Thank you. Wisdom, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome, Wisdom. Go ahead.
Sir, please, what my own thing in this matter is that OSPAC should do what is right. Nobody is not appreciating them for their works. But now you can see the question you're asking that man. He cannot boldly, some things he's saying there is not what they reported in social media. He cannot boldly come now accept some question, accept what they did to those guys. Why? Because when they take their own action, they don't remember that in a country that there is law and order. So when they not do their own things finish, they come and then they can't boldly say we do this, we do. Nobody is not appreciating us facts. But Nigeria is not a lawless country. OSPAC should know that. Because if you keep overlooking OSPAC and what they want to take action, they do it. It's not when they do the bigger one that people will now begin to say, why? But now people are praising them. Forget this thing OSPAC is doing. What they are doing is not right. I'm not saying what they did is wrong by arresting these boys, by holding or whatever. But the way what they have reported that they did to these boys and the way they have done do to these boys as if they are not citizens or they don't know their right or whatever. Now, assuming the person you are questioning there was able to accept what they have done to these boys, I could have said, okay, maybe it's not wrong. Put me for him to even deny some things that we have already heard that they did to those boys, which means he himself knows that what they have gone beyond boundaries. Thank you.
All right, Walter and Rupoku, before we come back to my guest. Hello, Walter.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother on the studio. You are trying so much. If what you have said is what you have been doing,
you react shortly.
We should appreciate.
Okay.
We should appreciate. You devoted your own time and be fishing out these boys. It's not easy. My brother, they are everywhere, even in my place, Rokoko. They are played. You see all these boys smoke. You will think whether these are children. And now people have devoted their time, their time, to make sure these boys realize themselves. Somebody from nowhere is condemning what they are doing. It's not good. The man that claimed to be a human rights lawyer, I don't know. I don't think he goes to their place and see what these boys are doing. If he has some people like this behaving, will he be happy? So we should comment on what these people are doing. They are trying. It's not easy. So, but
okay,
I will
Walter.
ask him, how do they source their money to feed these boys? Even them, who takes care of them? The OSPAC. How do they get money? Do they local government pay them or state government could pay them? How do they fund themselves? I think they should try. Let them continue.
All right. Thank you very much, Walter. Let's hear from Mr. Chinedu. Okay. I'm sure you heard some of the callers.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I want just to react to some of the questions. Now, one, the last speaker. Let me react to the last speaker first. OSPAC, we are not a voluntary organization where community just call people to volunteer themselves to make peace. Just the way all of us know. Some of us are working. Somebody like me, I'm a businessman. I do business. I make my income from other places. Like my chairman is working. My chairman is working. My secretary is working. The PRO, they need the good. He's also working. They pay them salary. Sometimes they bring out their money to put into this organization. Our council is trying, the local government chairman, they give us money at the end of the day, stipend. From there, we'll carve out money to take care of all these things. Because all these people are our brothers. All of that. I don't believe that you are from Ogoni. You are not my brother. So far, you are a Rivers man. So far, you are a Nigerian. We are all one. Our president that is from Hausa, is a normal command. But he's working for us. He's covering everywhere. Yes, so we is a deployment. We are down road, run, even to Omo. So, how can we leave somebody because it's not your child? You are trying to defend crime. You are trying to defend bad things because it's not. You want him to spoil.
So somebody was asking. Somebody also asked about those people that sell these drugs.
I'm coming. The people that sell this drug. If you catch anyone, straight we're giving it to police. Police should handle it to how they want to do with the drug law. If you catch anyone, will catch. We'll handle them over to police. If you catch anyone, if me now, I hear say they sell drug, I come meet you, get you. Police they see the man they sell the drug. Carry and go. If you catch you, carry and go. Make them know what how to resolve it. Because they are part of this problem. So that is all this thing.
Okay, and then Claire, tell us as well. We know that at one time, in what local government has OSPAC been established and are still functional? Because we know that in some local governments within the state, OSPAC was disbanded.
Local government, I can't mention all the local government. The local government that is close to Hamburg, they are functioning very fine. Their local government chairman is one of the best local government chairman in the River State. With our chairman, my local government chairman, Vincent Joe.
What about Emoha local government? We know that OSPAC was disbanded there. What was the reason? And many are asking if OSPAC is for people who have said that you're doing a fantastic job in Onelga. Hold on. Let me finish with the question. For people who say that you're doing a fantastic job in Onelga, one would wonder why such is not being done in some other areas of the state where many would say we're having recently cases of crime. And the M1 axis of the East-West Road is one of them. So is there a reason as to why you were disbanded in Emoha? And why, if there is?
You know, among the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ, there was Judah was there. You may not be good to everybody. Even when Christ comes to this world to die for both of us, some people still call him bad man, wicked man. You know that? Now, OSPAC is everywhere. OSPAC, we are not forcing person to come and join OSPAC. You have crime, there is crime in your place. You come, you talk to our chairman. We know how to do. That will stop all those things. We're not struggling to make sure we create peace in River State. And aside that, why OSPAC is not in what do you call it? This local government. What is that?
Emoha.
Emoha local government. I know initially when there were crisis, serious crisis in those areas. There were OSPAC there. And I know this time they kidnapped, there was a time they kidnapped some coppers and some workers that was going to Bayelsa. It was OSPAC that stopped those problems in that east-west road. So if they found out now, maybe one thing or the other, that they are basically they're having internal problem between them and them. I don't know about it. I'm not from there.
But you still haven't answered the question. Why was OSPAC disbanded in Emoha?
That's what I'm telling you. I'm not from Emoha. They have not come to tell me why they don't want them. They have an internal issue that is between them. You and your wife have had an internal issue that you can settle on your own.
But then you're aware that people also accused members of OSPAC, some of them of belonging to several gangs or cult groups, like we prefer to call them in this part of the world.
Listen, let me tell you something. I do not belong to any group, of course.
No, I didn't say you. I said people accuse members of OSPAC.
Listen, there are questions I will take. There are what I will not take. Because you cannot tell me to ask the beginning inside your wife's belly, are you a man or a girl? So that question is not relevant to me because I don't know.
So if people are accusing people that work under you and say, oh, some of them belong to gangs, is there no way you profile people? You would not respond to that?
They don't belong to any cause. They don't belong to any cause. They don't belong to any cause. Some of the people that don't want those things to be, maybe one way or the other, they believe if this will stand, they will come and they will hurt them. Maybe they are cult members. Somebody listen, you see this call that we are calling, this is that we are doing now. Most of these drug dealers call you on phone now. And they will try to debunk whatever thing you are saying. They will try to indict OSPAC. Most of the smoker will call you.
Okay. Let's hear from this.
They cause problem.
Let's hear from this man in Onelga. Ekbo, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All right, go ahead.
My name is Ekbo, God knows, the OSPAC PRO.
Okay, PRO for OSPAC.
Yes, I'm the I'm the spokesperson of OSPAC.
Okay, fantastic. I'm pretty sure you've heard the comments from the human rights lawyer with regards to abuse of human rights, accusing OSPAC and some of its members of stepping over bounds.
I will react to you in this manner. When is human rights formed? When did they establish? What is their duties? OSPAC is a child of circumstance in Onega. In 2014, when the mayhem were caused by the then warlord Don Wani, where is human rights? In 2014, 2015, 2016, that almost Onega is inhabitable by men. Business ran away from Onega. No bank was working. Multinational parks. Where is human rights? Now that an individual, an entity called OSPAC has come to help salvage the community or a river state at large, we are hearing human rights. They should go to where the law wars are and talk of human rights. Let me tell you that OSPAC is established by law.
Is OSPAC allowed to carry weapons?
OSPAC in 2018 allow us to do things that are not criminal, but things that will make sure that Onega and River State at large is peaceful.
Okay, clarify for us.
The
please,
question you're asking Chinedu there, I've had some, I've not get some. But I want to react to whoever that said that what OSPAC is doing and the way he's responding to the questions is not too sure of. OSPAC don't have cell. We don't have a detention center. But we have office. That after we arrest some individuals with a proper information, we hand them over to law enforcement agencies, the police, to do the needful. The case of this Nkuru many men, that human rights law should go to his community and find out how many madmen that are in his streets because of this so called Nkuru many. The drug dealers that you asked of them were not, how do you go about it? The drug dealers have camps. It is in that camp that they go and smoke. The smokers go. They are not in the camps. They are in their hotel rooms doing one thing or the other. But soon later, we will get ahead of them and tell them that OSPAC is not into this their priorities or whatever you call human rights. to come and human rights where law and order has not taken its place.
So are you, in other words, saying that the fact that there has been maybe a breakdown in law and order at some points by some criminal elements, so OSPAC should be given leverage?
Let me get
so
OSPAC,
are you saying that because we've had a breakdown of law and order at some points by some individuals or some criminals, so OSPAC in its own operations should be given a leeway to act outside the laws and constitution of the country?
No, it's not what I'm driving at. What I'm saying is that the human rights should not stay at distance and throw stones. They should first come and vet what OSPAC is doing. The said persons they called the OSPAC court, was there any injury inflicted on them? Who flogged them? Who arrested them? At what point?
Okay, Mr. Ekpo, please, let's just stay on the line for us. Let's go for a short commercial, please. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, I'm aware. We also have the intelligence officer for OSPAC with us on the line. Let's just wrap things up. Mr. Ekpo, quickly, the accusations that we've had about members of OSPAC, people questioning the recruitment method, people saying, oh, some members of OSPAC are either former gang or cult members, and some of them are still gang or cult members. All of these accusations have been going back and forth. In 1 minute, what would be your response?
I brought out that I laugh over that accusations. His corpse isn't written in any person's forehead. There is a gang written in any person's forehead until you're caught in activities. So these are all those kinds of allegations. All the OSPAC, as much as I know, have a process of employing people or engaging their men. All our thing is a spiritual, traditional way of getting them. I don't think that any person that is called OSPAC, that hear the master of OSPAC, will go into inimical characters as other people said. But as the achievement, there is no society or there is no outfit or agency that is void of some atom of miscreants among them. So OSPAC should not be an exemption now. But I must tell you that before we call somebody an OSPAC, he has undergone so many processes traditionally that makes him never go back to its void.
All right, Mr. Ekbo, thank you very much. We're already out of time. Let's just also get last words from Chinedu, the intelligence officer. Chinedu, we'll say thank you as well for having this conversation with us today. And we wish you all the best and ensure that OSPAC continues to operate within the provisions of the law that created it.
Okay, thank you very much, my presenter.
Ifeemi Andrew.
The last person that you just spoke with, that's what I said, he's the spokesman of OSPAC. You will try and keep the number very fine. He knows everything. I get
all right. No problem.
He is there to do all these things that you are asking him to do.
No problem.
Well,
we are already out of time, Chinedu. Sorry, but we have to go for the news at 9. Hopefully, we'll keep in touch and have this conversation more often. Thank you once again for your time. I will have to apologize for many of the messages that we've not been able to respond to. You would understand why. I mean, very interesting conversation that we've had this morning. Hello, Port Harcourt comes up next. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. You can listen to the whole conversation or watch it again on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH or on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH.
You are tuned in to 92.3.